Wake up with us, it's time to rise and shine. Morning mayhem's on the air, we're feeling fine. We got a motto, Tonin and Mama Manning too. Bringing you the latest, there's nothing we can't do. Morning mayhem, it's a wild ride. Sports news and the daily updates, we're on your side. Special guests and interviews galore. We're taking over Woodland Regional, we're knocking down the door.
Good morning, Woodland, and welcome to today, January 6th. It is a Monday, and it's nice out. It's not bad. I finally got used to the cold. I think that's what happened. It's probably horrifically cold out, but I just got used to it now. So now it is Monday. It is the first full week of January, so that you have the rest of the week to look forward to. All 5 days in a row. We'll see how well we do getting through it. Yeah.
ABA.
ABA. So students lock and load. You're in it for the haul. Let's see how January works out. And we'll see if what weekend is the weekend of resolution breaking.
It already happened
Last
in my
weekend,
The
So,
second?
the
No, there's one. It's
day
it's got
after
an
New
actual
Year's.
name to it. I'll look it up in a second, whatever. But I know that there's a day in January when most people have no longer kept to their resolutions.
January 2nd.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look. You know what? But today, in January 6th, was the day that the polar vortex came through 10 years ago. I don't know if you remember the polar vortex. It was that time where the air dropped out of the sky and just froze everything. It's kind of like that movie, The Day After Tomorrow, or what I think that's what it's called, where the sky kind of opens up and all this cold air kind of falls into the ozone and freezes everything. But I think Chicago had recorded temperatures of -16. Minneapolis was -23. There were some places that had wind chills of -60. So when the Texas power grid fell off.
Bathing
all
suit
that-
weather.
Bathing
Bathing
suit
suit
weather.
weather.
Well, if you're from the Northeast,
Yeah.
we were like, hey, that's Thursday. But no, actually, that was one of those things that just affected travel. It backed things up. It just made roads that there was no rain or just icy.
Well, you do know that most of this country right now is getting a massive snowstorm.
I was saying it just seems
Yeah.
odd that it's kind of right around the same time, 10 years later, here we are again, and we have this massive cold front that's coming through and dumping all the snow on there. But that's today in history, January 6th. Today's birthday is Eddie Redmayne, who was born in 1982. And I don't know if you know, he was from The Theory of Everything, and he was in that other thing, the Hogwarts movies.
Harry Potter?
Fantastic
Oh, Fantastic
Beasts.
Beasts.
Yes.
Wow.
Fantastic Beasts. And internationally, today is recognized as the Epiphany, also known as Three Kings Day, as we were discussing off the
End
air
of
this morning.
Christmas.
The end of Christmas. It's when the Magi visited the little baby there, symbolizing the manifestation. And the Epiphany is celebrated throughout several cultures as the last day or the 12th day, 12th night of the Christmas holiday, the Christmas season. So there you go. We don't have any in-school birthdays on the 6th, so I have nothing to read there. But the Media Center will be closed today. The Pom Pom Poll of the Week, I think, is still Pom Pom Poll of the Week.
That
Go
was
back.
1A.
It's 1A, just 1A.
Just 1A.
Just
Not
1A.
the whole day.
Just one.
Not the whole day.
Yeah.
That's not for the poll. That's for when it was blocked. The Media Center is closed. But the Pom Pom Poll of the Week looks like it's still, if you made it to midnight. After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang out. Yeah, that wasn't good, but the fact that we got it right in together was good. But I don't think we were in tune at all. Legally Blonde auditions are today, and callbacks are Amato on January 7th. So you have today and tomorrow for auditions for Legally Blonde. The Winter Maker Crafts are now in the Media Center, so go check those out. Dancing in the Woods is Saturday, so get your tickets for that. National Honor Society meeting is Wednesday at 1:55. If you're in the National Honor Society, all members are to attend. And I think we have charging your Chromebook and listening to us and the news with Tomlin.
And now, with the latest
Yeah, I had
headlines,
the volume down.
over to the news desk with Tomlin.
Morning, couple top stories Saturday. First off, Wheel of Fortune turns 50 today.
Ah, happy birthday to you. I'd like to buy a vowel.
There you go.
I'd like to buy them a vowel. They seem to be out.
I like my leftover money and a gift card. Do you remember that?
No.
They used to pick their gifts on stage, and then
Oh my
leftover money
God.
was
Yeah.
gift cards.
So how many hosts has Wheel of Fortune had?
Is it 3?
2?
We are on our third one.
Yeah,
Ryan
because there was an
Seacrest.
original guy, and then there was the guy we all know,
Pat
That's
Sajak
and now there's
started
the
in
new guy.
1981. He served from 81 to last year.
That's because I'm old.
so.
I'm old.
There
You're
you go.
half my age.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you know how Wheel of Fortune was created?
It's based on Hangman.
It is based on Hangman. Very good.
really?
So the guy who created it is the guy that created Jeopardy, and he was obsessed with Hangman. So he wanted to create a game that people could play at home, and even if they walked out and they walked back in, they would feel like they weren't missing anything.
Ah,
Because as the board goes, you could walk out, come back, and now there's additional letters on there, but you're still competing. Whereas Jeopardy, if you walk out, you might miss 2, 3, 4 questions.
gotcha.
come
I
back
thought you were
in
gonna say like when Card Sharks met $100,000 pyramid
Oh, nowadays that's
Yeah,
exactly how
that's,
it's
you
created.
know.
Yeah.
across a crowded bar room, and then you had Jeopardy.
Sticking with happier news for you this morning.
Wheel of
Thank you.
Fortune.
So a second happy news story today is
Oh, that's
for the
really bad.
elephants and others at the Berlin Zoo. It's finally time to unwrap the Christmas present. Trees that didn't find a home during this festive season, and some that did have been discarded, were fed to the animals on Friday.
Oh, what a-
Is what become an annual event.
Llamas like them too.
Wow.
Yeah. Elephants tore off branches with their tusks, lobbying them around their enclosures and eating the greenery. The zoo takes only fresh trees from select vendors. It doesn't accept trees that be used to the public or had contain chemicals or leftover decorations.
That's cool.
All right, see, happy news stories.
Happy news story.
Recycled.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Get your fiber.
And today's January 6th, so we all know what that means. Congress is in session today to certify the results of the 2024 election. After today, it's anticipated that this will be a normal, quick process. It begins at noon. This is the fun process where if you really want to get excited about democracy, you're going to watch. They're going to stand up, announce each state how many votes, see if anyone disagrees. The joint session will confirm it, and we will officially finally have a president-elect. Up until this point, they've been the presumptive presidential elect. Today, probably around 4 or 5 p.m., we'll finally have a president-elect. And on January 20th, that candidate will be sworn in as our next president of the United States. Last night was the 82nd Golden Globes. Did any of you watch?
I did.
I didn't, but I heard some of it going on in the other room. I could
Sound
hear people watching.
unhappy
it.
by
Mama's not happy.
Is it because Demi Moore finally won a Golden Globe?
Jeremy Strong did not win.
Ah,
Neither
He's
did
my guy.
Ariana Grande.
no. But Sebastian Stan won.
Yes, he did.
For Winter Soldier, it's about time he's recognized for that role.
So this was the big controversy 2 years ago. You had the Hollywood Foreign Press running it. That organization has actually been dissolved. A new body runs this. This year, it showcased movies from across the globe, diverse backgrounds. A number of these I have never heard of, which is kind of exciting and interesting. So I definitely want to follow up about some of the more of those. I was excited, however, that I was disappointed that Wild Robot didn't do better than I was hoping
I
it
don't
would.
think it won any.
No, it did not. No, it did not. And Wild Robot, I'm gonna lie, is like one of my favorite movies.
Wow,
Wow.
that's saying something.
It's so darn cute and exciting. I'm sorry.
I haven't seen it. I'm gonna have to watch that now.
Bring the wife; she'll love it.
All right.
All right.
We have that movie pass where you can go and see movies. You pay a monthly fee and then go see movies.
There you go.
I don't know if she signed up for it yet, but that's one of the things that she has.
Excellent. In 4 days, the Supreme Court hears arguments of whether or not TikTok should be banned in the United States.
That's huge.
Yeah, I'm splitting that.
So if nothing happens, if TikTok will be banned, I believe January 18th. It will be officially banned in the United States. At heart of the case is whether the law violates the First Amendment, with TikTok and its creator allies arguing that it does not. In the United States, or sorry, TikTok and its creators argue that the law does violate the First Amendment's freedom of speech, and the government argues that TikTok is a national security risk, therefore it does not violate First Amendment. And it's a really interesting case right now with the rise of social media and how involved it is, and creators and influencers, and what role TikTok has played in just communicating about Americans to Americans.
And we wouldn't be the first. This isn't like a precedent-setting
No,
case.
it is not.
We are not the first country that's debating this. We wouldn't even be the first one to ban TikTok.
Correct.
I don't know if it was Australia or something. I know Australia has kids under 16
I was gonna
can't
say,
have social
they do
media,
have
or
that,
under
yeah.
14.
Yep.
They've already passed that law, so I'm not sure where this is going to land.
No, I'm not either. And what's interesting is you're right. It's not grander scheme of things of laws and bannings. I mean, not related. You go up to like the breaking up of Ma Bell, of U.S. Steel. I mean, the government has done things, for the best of the country involved with corporations before. And you still have the big question about, what are these private corporations, TikToks, Instagram, Twitter, or are they public spaces, where that works and how we see these companies. One of the arguments I was reading that said, if they argue that, TikTok can't be banned, does that then impact, can Instagram be sued for content that appears on there? Can X be sued for content that appears on there? Are we going to establish the fact that these things are not really corporations? They're just digital areas to talk. And if they're digital areas to talk, can you be barred from going there? So there's a lot of follow-up questions about if the Supreme Court decides to step in. All the lower courts have sided with the U.S. government. So if the Supreme Court does step in and does stop this, will it change any other pieces there?
There's a lot going on.
Yes. Two quick more stories. One, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is expected to resign at some point this week between now and Wednesday.
Wow.
More stories about that. And then last night, Aaron Rodgers became the 4th all-time leading pass touchdown with 503. He's the only active person on that list. Above him, Tom Brady, 649, insurmountable. Drew Brees, 571, which actually, I forgot that he had that many. And then Peyton Manning, 539.
Yeah, and it's thanks to the Dolphins, who were going nowhere yesterday because the Broncos were just destroying the Kansas City Chiefs, who were playing their second and third stringers. I think they threw out a college team against the Broncos. And so we had no shot at getting into the playoffs, which at one point you got to realize you shouldn't even be in that position to wait to see if somebody else is going to win or lose. So,
But what a Lions game.
oh, what a Lions
Oh my
game. And, let's talk
God.
about
It's an
that in the
amazing
next
game.
segment. That's the news with Tomlin. Over the Spurs, that's from Mama Manning.
Here's a shot at the buzzer. Strike 3 call. What a catch. Touchdown.
Time now for sports with Mama Manning.
Good morning. Good morning. On Friday, our girls basketball team won over Wilby 53-42. They improved
all
to a
right.
4-2 record. Next game will be Tuesday, tomorrow, versus Holy Cross away.
That should be something.
7 p.m. start. Boys basketball were defeated by North Haven on Saturday, 63-52. They also have a 4-2 record. They played today at Sheehan, 5:30.
Those are good scores for preseason, right in the early
yeah.
season. Yeah.
Boys and girls track, they're up on Wednesday at Glastonbury for their meet. Boys swim and dive meet home versus Watertown on Tuesday at 6:30. Well, that's a late one. And wrestling Wednesday at Amity, 6 p.m.
Go
for our
Colby.
wrestler. Go Colby. So,
UConn.
2 big wins.
Yes, indeed.
Paige went down with a knee injury.
Yeah.
I hope she's okay.
She took a season off to avoid this, to
I
rehab for a
know,
whole year.
I know. I'm going to guess it's just a sprain or a strain or a twist.
I'm not putting anything out there. I have no idea. I'm hoping the best for her.
They play again on Wednesday, and I'm going to the game, so I hope she's okay.
And Reed had for the men's team had
Yes.
an incredible day.
Oh, my goodness.
He was
started.
he was a game changer. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if we were getting through Providence without him.
What a game. It was back and forth, tied, that we were down by 20. They came back. Final seconds.
Yeah, and-
Friars didn't sit down. They were playing to the final
they're
second.
Tall. That's
Yeah.
a big team
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
We gotta keep
Did
an
you
eye
see
on
the
them.
sweaters?
No. what
Coaches
sweater?
were wearing sweaters
I did not
for
notice. it.
Karnaseki.
Oh no, I didn't see
Yeah,
that.
it was
Ah,
awesome.
All right.
Check that out.
It's good to know.
There you go.
But that Lions game, oh my
that Lions
goodness,
game.
that was unbelievable.
Not the way I thought it was going to go.
It wasn't even close.
With that banged up defense of Detroit's,
All their injuries have 16 injuries.
Yeah, all
And
on
I thought
defense.
Gibbs was going to go down and not come back.
Yeah.
Did you see that tackle early on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The man was 3 times his size and he just flattened him.
Yep.
Pancake.
No, there were some good tackles, some good, clean, hard hitting tackles that happened in that game.
Mm-hmm.
But now you have a team that's 14-5.
No,
14
15
and 3.
15 and 2.
15 and 2.
15 and 2.
and a 14 and
Three.
3
But the
playing
14
on the road,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? They're going to
Yeah.
be an away team.
Well, no, not
Play-
Detroit. Detroit's number 1 in the
They're
NFC.
number 1.
The Vikings,
Yeah.
are 14-3. They have
Yes.
to play.
Correct.
Yes.
in
But the
well,
15's
the
is
15,
Detroit.
yeah, they're home.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but that's what they were
They're
playing
second
for.
in their division. Yeah.
If you look at the NFC versus what the AFC was to get in, like you had to win like 14 games, 11 games. to
Look
get
at
in.
my division. You
have
yeah,
3 teams in.
Yeah, each one of those in any other year would have taken that division with that
Right,
record.
exactly.
It's insane. My Packers are the 6th seed, which does not make sense if you look at our record. The Vikings, it definitely doesn't make sense that they're the 5th seed.
That's what I'm saying.
I
It's,
get that the division champions get to
That's what they get.
ranked higher. Like
They get-
Even if their
Yeah.
records aren't
yeah,
as
it
good.
doesn't matter. Like you took your division.
Yep.
Hats off to you. But it's
You
like
earned it.
the 5th and the 6th seeds in the NFC, I think, are insanely dangerous teams just because they've proven themselves again and again.
But if you're that strong as the Vikings, you're going to take that away game.
Oh, they're all it's gonna be awesome.
I think I'm going to root for the Bills this year because the Chiefs took the bent knee and did not beat the Broncos.
Yes,
Although
they
you know
did.
what, I don't have nothing to say. The
Yeah.
Jet we lost to the Jets. The Dolphins lost
Yeah.
to the Jets. So really, we didn't even have our own fate in our hand. We just lost. So we wouldn't have gotten in anyway, even if they did win. So I don't know what I'm complaining about. Congratulations to Aaron Rodgers for getting his 500th
Insane.
and 501st and 502nd touchdown against the Dolphins.
Coach
So
of the year. Dan Campbell.
I think so.
Oh,
I think so.
he's my guy.
I want to see. You know what? I would like to see Detroit and the Bills in the Super Bowl.
That would be awesome.
I think that'd be good.
Because it's in Detroit this year, right? Or no? Where's the Super Bowl this year?
I don't know. I can't know.
I
Oh,
gotta
he's
check
going
now.
to check quickly.
I thought it was Detroit this year, but
So you
Yeah.
see the Bills over the Chiefs. That's exciting.
I think so. That's what I'd like to see happen.
Somebody new.
Yeah. Oh, well, honestly, Mahomes doesn't get any respect. Like
No.
he didn't even make the Pro Bowl.
No.
He's in the running for MVP.
All right.
All right. And on behalf of the show, don't forget, she's Mama Manning. He just ran down the hallway. He's Tomlin. I'm Amato. We have to stop. Good morning, Woodland.
Morning mayhem, it's a wild ride. Sports news and the daily updates, we're on your side. Special guests and interviews galore. We're taking over Woodland Regional. We're knocking down the door.
Every morning at 7 a.m.
Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram too. We're streaming on Spotify. We're reaching out to you. Join the Morning Mayhem crew.
Knocking down the door.